Moving on now, earlier in the program, we told you about the DuBois Czech Hall and how it's still used to entertain the community.
Yeah, that includes an upcoming event celebrating music where most will be sung in Czech. So joining us now with more are Reagan Hinze and Jackson Kistler. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
Yes.
So Reagan, we're going to start with you. You'll be performing this Sunday, 3 o'clock in the DuBois Czech Hall. So we hear UNL Opera does a lot of these performances in rural areas. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, so UNL Opera has been reaching out and touring for almost 10 years. Some of those operas include La Traviata by Giuseppe Verdi, Amal and the Night Visitors by Giancarlo Menotti, and 2 local productions by Dr. Tyler White at UNL, O Pioneers, which I was fortunate to be a part of, and The Gambler's Son. And that is all thanks to the John C. and Rhonda Seacrest Tour Nebraska Opera Fund.
Okay.
Cool, yeah. So Jackson, what about the music? I mean, when did you learn this? What are some of the composers that you're going to be doing?
Yeah, absolutely. Some of this music was learned back in August and September for every year there's a Friends of Opera at UNL Opera Gala. And the one this year just happened to be in Czech. So one of the sponsors that attended that gala wanted to have some of that music reprised back here in May. So some of that music was learned a long time ago, but some of it was learned more recently. I learned it more recently, so that was really fun. Some of the composers that were singing are from that kind of old kingdom of Bohemia, which is really interesting because it shows that there's a more like diverse culture to Czech music as opposed to the traditional polka dance you kind of think of. So that's just been really fun to be able to get to know all that.
Yeah. Are any of you Czech at all? Any
No.
Czech? No. Okay.
No.
So what was it like to learn the Czech language?
We are fortunate to learn through our degree at UNL the International Phonetic Alphabet, which is just how we would go about pronouncing any language ever.
Oh.
And so we start there and we write out all of the IPA under the Czech so that it looks a little more familiar to us. And then we are fortunate to have Dr. Rachel Green on staff who has done a lot of research on Czech music. And so if we had any questions on pronunciation and stuff, we could go to her for it.
Perfect.
Do you have a favorite that you're going to be singing on Sunday?
Yes, so we are actually singing a duet from Smetana's opera, The Bartered Bride. It is just, we've been friends for about 3.5 years now. And this is the first time we've gotten to sing a duet. So it's really special to me, and I think it's fantastic music.
Great. And again, you said it a little bit earlier, this is all made possible by the James C. and Rhonda Seacrest Tour Nebraska Opera Fund, right? And so again, maybe just remind folks when this is happening and why it's so important to attend something like this.
Yeah, so it's happening this Sunday, May 18th, I think
Yes,
is that date?
May 18th, you got it.
At 3 p.m. in DuBois, Nebraska at that Czech Hall. And I think it's really fantastic to see like these rural communities really get this music. And I think especially in rural Nebraska, there's just so much culture there. And it's really cool and it's really fun.
I bet a lot of Czech people will come out and be able to, understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, probably.
That's the hope. That's the hope.
That's the hope. All right. Thank you both for coming in.
Yes,
Thank
you
you.
guys.
You bet.